He was interested in their ideas. He wanted to see if they fitted together to form a coherent system of belief. And if so, how did this system compare with our own? He recorded their cultural life by taking his own photographs and writing down what the natives said in their own language about the topics that they found important.
Is Zandi thought so different from ours that we can only describe their speech and actions without comprehending them? Or is it essentially like our own, though expressed in an idiom to which we are unaccustomed? What are the motives of Zandi behavior? What are their notions of reality? How are these motives and notions expressed in custom? I've tried to keep these major sociological problems always before me so that my account may be a description rather than a bare record of fact.
In Evans Pritchard's day, educated Europeans largely assumed that so-called primitive peoples had a primitive mentality, one that was not just different from that of so-called civilized man, but one that was probably inferior as well. The evidence cited was the widespread belief among societies like the Azandi of the power of witchcraft and the practice of magic. Now, these two words, witchcraft and magic, were rather loosely used by colonial administrators, missionaries, and some anthropologists in an attempt to describe sets of ideas that they thought were ridiculous, misguided, frankly primitive.
But Evans Pritchard realized that Zandi belief in witchcraft wasn't ridiculous at all. Zandi notions were logical enough. It was their point of departure, their underlying assumptions, that were so different from our own.
One of the examples that Evans Pritchard used to contrast Zandi with Western systems of thought involved a building just like this. This is a granary. It's used to store maize up here, and underneath, in the shade, people generally pass the time of day. It's supported by these wooden posts, which, in this part of the tropics, like most other things, gradually get eaten away by termites. What that means is that these buildings regularly collapse, and sometimes when they collapse, people are sitting underneath, and sometimes people get hurt. Why a particular person should be hurt by a falling granary is something that we'd call bad luck, something that happened by chance, an unfortunate coincidence. The Azandi say that that kind of misfortune is caused by witchcraft.
We must bear in mind that a serious misfortune, especially if it results in death, is normally attributed by everyone to witchcraft, especially by the sufferer and his kin. It is in connection with death that Zandi belief in witchcraft is most coherent and is most intelligible to us, for it is death that answers the riddle of mystical beliefs.
This is not a happy song. The words say, "You are dead, I must cry, I will not see you again."